Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Friday, September 25th, 2015. You're listening to the Super Organizer Universe radio show. I am James Lott Jr., the Super Organizer. That's right, kids, the Super Organizer. Welcome. It's another edition, what I'm calling the random edition of Super Organizer Universe radio. With me, of course, is someone who was a friend of the show. She's been on before, and she's actually starting something with me on Sunday we're going to talk about in a second. She's a comedian, I almost said actress, comedian host for hire, Lacretia Lyon.
Hey, yeah, and I am a comedian host, not so much of an actress. I mean, I'm not very good, but if you want to hire me, Judd Apatow or Kevin Smith, I mean, I'd be open to that.
You heard that, folks. You heard that. She's open to it. And as always, when before I begin talking in depth in the show, I like to say good morning to the man who makes it all happen for me every Friday morning, Brian. Can't hear you.
But now.
There we go. There you go. I can see you. I just can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I can't hear myself.
Oh, I can hear you.
That's a good thing. I don't like myself.
You mean you like hearing yourself?
I don't like to hear myself.
Yeah, thank you.
Or be with me. Or, anything else with myself.
That's for another show.
We should get into that, but not right now.
Yeah, not right now. Well, good morning. So, as I always do before I begin, actually start delving into our random topics today, I like to give good thanks and gratitude, which I do all the time. And I'm starting out with an announcement, actually. Some of my fans don't know this, but I have decided to leave the panel of Bollywood, my Indian show on Popcorn Talk. It's time for me to move on to other things, and so I've opted to leave. I had a good time. It was fun to talk about Bollywood, and I'll always be grateful for the opportunity. I love Bollywood, so it was a fun thing to be an American on a show talking about it, and people really responded well to me. Thank you, fans. Thank you, Indian fans out there who actually gave me praise for knowing my stuff, because I know it was not easy. My phone's going off. And I hope to do something related that is Bollywood related someday. I'm actually working on something right now. So just done with Bollywood for now, but stay tuned for future stuff, but I'm grateful for that. Also, I want to give thanks and gratitude to AfterBuzz TV for giving me the experience of creating a show, of casting that show. Lacretia is one of them. Putting a show together. Now I have that full experience. And it was actually, and how people can actually say that. I can say that now. It's kind of crazy. And the show that I'm talking about, it's like 8 months in the making. Like it's been going on forever, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been almost a year since I pitched it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what's so funny. Okay, so here's what's funny. So the show is called The GH Report, and it's on General Hospital, the happenings on General Hospital, an after show. And it starts at this Sunday, September 27th at 5:30 p.m. Now, Lacretia had pitched the show like a year earlier.
Yeah, it was like September of last year.
Wow.
I went in for the AfterBuzz meeting. You know, most of the shows I watched, they already had hosts for, so they said you could pitch your own. And I was like, well, General Hospital, you don't have any soap shows.
Yeah.
And they were like, we're not going to do that this time. And then it was, 6 months later,
Yes.
you have a post on Craigslist, and it's like, hey, I, was really interested in that.
Yes. And so to be a little more specific, after she pitched it, like a few months later, Tony Moore pitched one for Days of Our Lives. Now we still just don't know why they chose to start with him. We don't know why, but they said, okay, go ahead, cast it, do it. So he did it before I came on, and they started in February, and I came on as like a side host. I came on every once in a while, once a month, to talk about Days of Our Lives. And then a month in, the fans were like, hello, where's the one for General Hospital? And I was like, there's the one for General Hospital. I'll pitch the show. So we have something in common. We both pitched the show to them. And then they were like, sure. Because I think they saw how well Days was doing.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people don't get that soap operas are still popular. So I get the hesitation, but it just amazes me how the online community, when you think most soap fans are little old ladies in their house watching their stories, they're not.
Nope.
They're of all ages.
Yes. Yes.
And they are on social media. They are active. And, one of them was a little too active, one of the soap stars on social media.
Yes, and we'll talk about that on our show this Sunday.
Exactly.
Miss so-and-so. We won't say that right now. But, yes, we will be talking about her. And then also Lacretia and I are kind of thinking about maybe spinning off a Young and the Restless one. Because that is the number one soap in the country and around the world. So it's a huge, there's an audience there. It's huge.
Yeah, plus Steve Burton, Justin Hartley. Who wouldn't want to see that?
Yeah, exactly. So we're working on that together. So I want to thank AfterBuzz for the opportunity for letting me do that. Let me bring on my co-hosts Frank Moran, Ladine Harvey, and Lacretia Lyon. You also have known them from my show here. I've had them on. Each of them twice now at this point. And I found them, and I was very excited to go on this journey with them. So it should be a lot of fun. We're going to have a good time. I tell them their life's about to change. I keep trying to tell them it's about to change. You're already seeing little bits and pieces, but your life's about to change. Trust me. Your online life especially is about to change. And also I want to give thanks and gratitude to the AfterBuzz viewers. Thanks for you guys tuning in. Just like my listeners here on this show on AdrenalineRadio.com. Thanks for tuning in because actually, literally, without you guys, I am really nothing on any of these platforms. And you guys have opened up my world immensely. It just changed my life. My life is completely different than it was like 6-7 months ago. So I give thanks and gratitude for all of that. Thank you so much. Do you have anything you want to give thanks to today? I always have to ask.
Well, I do want to thank the Foo Fighters for not only doing one awesome night this week, but two. So that was a nice present for my brother's vacation to get to see those awesome shows at the Forum.
The Fabulous Forum, or the Chase Forum, or whatever it's called. Wherever it is now, yes. I've never seen them. I love Foo Fighters. I've never seen them.
Well, you should. They've been a band for 20 years, man.
Yeah, I know.
If I could... Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Sorry, I can't hear myself at all.
You can't? Oh, we hear you. Okay.
Can I give thanks and gratitude to Aaron Rodgers for putting up 22 fantasy points for me?
All right.
Well, it's so funny because I was at the house because my Steelers won. Thank you. Over the 49ers.
No, I don't remember that game at all.
Yeah, I know. But my brother was watching and he's playing fantasy football, and so he's like, "Well, I have so and so Antonio Brown and this and that." So he's like watching it. You watch the game differently, then, don't you? Kind of.
I hate the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Dislike the Seahawks. I remember we had a show where we were trying to say
no hate.
No more hate. I dislike the Seahawks fan base, not the Seahawks team.
Yes.
I have Marshawn Lynch on my team. I have Carlos Hyde.
Okay.
I got Aaron Rodgers as my starting quarterback, and I got Tom Brady sitting on the bench. That's where he deserves to be.
Exactly. So that's where cheaters go.
Yeah. So I have Larry Fitzgerald sitting on the bench too, waiting to put him in there. So I got people from all over the NFC.
Okay.
I stayed NFC, I noticed.
Oh, you did? You didn't do AFC? You didn't go that direction?
From the AFC side. Besides, who's the guy who was suspended from the San Diego Chargers?
Oh, I got his name right now.
Oh, no.
Antonio Gates, I think.
Yeah.
So I have him. I'm just waiting for him to be reinstated. But
I feel like this is the birth of a sports show right now.
I know. I think we need to do a sports show.
I think we need to. Like, we're talking 3 sports people right here.
Can I spin a quick Dave Grohl story?
Sure. Sure.
I was at Universal Studios about 2 years ago, and we were in the really outskirts of Universal where they had a bunch of Fast and Furious exhibits. And nobody was back there because they were doing construction. This is before they opened up the Minions thing.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy in a flannel and long hair walks by with this adorable little girl. And then I stop and I'm like, that was Dave Grohl. I'm pretty sure that. So I run, which is something for me.
Well.
I don't run anywhere. And I tapped him on the shoulder very viciously, turns around, Dave Grohl.
Wow.
And I go, Dave, I love you. And he goes, I'm with my daughter. And I walk away.
I love it.
I have a funny Dave Grohl encounter, too.
Okay.
So years ago at Austin City Limits, I went down there just to see Foo Fighters and Beck. I didn't really care about a lot of the other stuff, at the time. And so, we're walking in the back behind all the stages, and I just stopped dead in my tracks, and I'm with my mom, and she's like, what's going on? And I just point to this golf cart, and it's got Dave Grohl and Taylor Hawkins on it. And I'm just like, it's him. So just in awe, and I just snap a picture real quick, can't say anything.
Oh, I love it. I don't have a Dave Grohl encounter. Dang it.
He was really nice, though, even though he turned me down. He declined.
He's with his daughter.
No, I 100%. As soon as he said, I'm with my daughter, I completely said, oh, well, I'm sorry to bother you.
Yeah.
He just, turned around and took off. But it was a lot of fun to run into him. I got to shake his hand.
Okay, very good.
Oh, cool.
Shake his hand. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Good. I know. You know, for me, I feel because I'm older than both of you guys. I feel bad that I never saw Nirvana in concert. Like I had a chance to, and I didn't get a chance. I loved them so much. I was a huge Kurt Cobain fan. I just didn't get a chance to. And then Foo Fighters, I loved them so much. I've never. And I go to concerts all the time. I'd never seen them.
You missed out. They're going to be in Anaheim in October.
I'm gone a lot of October too. Take it. Sorry. So yeah. Sorry. Anyway, that's no show, kids. We have music. We got. Tell you random today. It's the random show. So yeah, music, sports, football, random encounters, AfterBuzz TV. So we go throw everything in the pot and see what sticks. So we're gonna go right in. So first of all, how are you doing these days?
I am actually doing really well. Like, my comedy career has exploded all of a sudden. I've just been busy, like, every night. Like, speaking of, Flappers in Burbank on Saturday. That is the 26th, a.k.a. tomorrow, at 7:30. We've got showtime in the Yoo-Hoo room. Tickets are like $5 right now. They go up to $15 at the door.
Okay. But $5's not bad, actually. 15's not bad either. It's just some funny comedy. I'm like, hello. That's some great stuff. A nice night out. There's always stuff to do in Southern California. People say nothing to do. There's stuff to do here.
Always.
So that's good. So that's good. It's good. So it's happening. So why do you think it's all of a sudden is popping up?
Well, a lot of it is just I started doing this class with Lisa Sunderset. Guys, look this up. Pretty Funny Women. Actually, guys don't look this up. It only allows women. I should use better pronouns for that. But yeah, like, we started this class. It's like an 8-week course, and it ends next Tuesday. And then we have a showcase at Flappers again on October 1st. Again, 7 p.m. start time. Go to that show. Again, $15 tickets. It's in the main room this time.
Ooh.
But yeah, so I've just been working with these women, and as it's not always safe to go to comedy clubs really late at night by yourself. So, everybody, we're getting out there, and so we're getting noticed and getting booked, going as a group, which is great.
That's a good idea, actually.
Woman power.
Woman power, girl power. It's funny because actually, I had a discussion on one of my professional organizer posts about about women who go out by themselves to do jobs. That's an interesting thing. I mean, I think about it on some level. I mean, everyone should think about their safety, obviously, of course. But for women, a lot of times it's a little different. And so, you bring a really good point.
Yeah, and that's actually really interesting that you brought that up because, even in Dallas, Texas, which is a lot safer than Los Angeles in some ways, I didn't realize, how unsafe it was when I worked in the fitness industry to go open those gyms at 5 a.m. in the morning when there's no one else there. It would be like one woman, and you're like, they didn't think about that because, there could easily be incidents that happen, just because you're there alone, especially when I worked in downtown, opening up a gym at 5:30 in the morning. There's no one out. And
I actually brought up a point on the it was the professional organizers think tank, and me and another girl brought this up. Sometimes women are crazier. Not just saying we all should look out for women being attacked by men, but being attacked by women.
Oh, yeah. There was an incident at Lululemon in New York one time where 2 female employees got into it, and one of them killed the other one. I mean,
oh, my God.
And it was like an early morning opening before. It's now I don't have to worry about people breaking in here. I have to worry about my coworkers stabbing me.
I know. It's just so crazy. So just for everybody's safety, just be really careful. No matter what profession you're doing, just be really careful and just look out for everything, right? The thing. So that's when it gets very exciting. Yeah. And then it's our show starting on Sunday, so that should be something fun for you. Are you still doing the product stuff?
Yes, I still do a lot of promotional modeling, brand ambassador work. That's how I make money. Yes. Because comedy's not paying yet, but if you'd like to see me quit doing that, I would be happy to if you just book me more.
Exactly, right, exactly. And change that. So that's really cool because I know some people who are doing that also. I had a friend of mine who was doing kettle chips the other day. It's really hilarious.
Free kettle chips, why not?
I know, I love I got the New York cheddar, my favorite. You can't see at home. I just pulled out Kettle Brand chips, New York cheddar. So
spicy Thai is my flavor.
That's a good one too. So my first topic I'm going to talk about is called D for decision making. And so something that you have to make all the time, obviously, in different decisions. And I'm going to read 4 things that I feel like are important when implementing a decision. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. 1. Identifying specific can't get it out. Identifying specific steps to be accomplished. That's number 1. Number 2, determining the resources and materials needed. what will you need, and where to go to get it. Number 3, agreeing on responsibilities. If you're alone, what your responsibilities will be. If you're in a group, who's doing what. And 4, also providing for unforeseen circumstances, because problems always arise or may arise, so to stay open and flexible. So basically, when you're making a decision, like for you, is decision making easy for you? Is it hard for you?
Honestly, the big decisions are really easy for me. Like deciding on an apartment, like moving out here, like big time stuff is like quick, decisive. But like stupid things, like what am I going to eat for lunch, is just like always so hard. I don't know why. It's like there's too many options. But like a big decision, it's like, okay, yeah.
Got it. That's pretty funny. Actually, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
It does. You know, I know for me, I kind of think things a lot. I try to look at the big picture. So I do these 4 steps, actually. I look at it like, okay, say for a house. Okay, I see a house that I like. So what are the steps I need to take? We'll go look at the house, be with the people, looking at, finding out what the amount is, finding out, the area, what does it look like? And then determining the resources, like, do I have the money? Or do I need to get the money? Or do I need, so I do kind of go through all these steps. And then I'll make a decision. There's been times in my life where I've taken too long, I think, to make a decision. I'm trying to get a little quicker. It's just just do it. Just like either say yes or no.
Yeah, that's what they say is actually like the most common trait in great leaders is decisiveness. Like just being able to just quickly decide. That's, basically the margin of success. Yeah.
Because I know for like my clients, a lot of times we go through this every time because do I want to keep that Darth Vader? Do I want to keep that iPad? Do I want to keep those shoes? It's like it's always, we're making decisions constantly. And so a lot of times, I try to say, well, in the moment, well, what do you think? And then sometimes I'll go through some of these steps like, okay, well, are you going to use the shoes? Are you going to need them later? Are they meant for something? Can you give them, so there's always this, and so sometimes people are so afraid to make that, just to get rid of the shoes. Like you said, the small things. Yeah. But they're still kind of good, and I might need to, I'm like, but you haven't worn them in 4 years. Yeah. You didn't even know they existed until you got, you're dusting it off, layers of dust. You're like, I might need them. So it's kind of weird. So I kind of like that. The small things sometimes are really the harder things to kind of go through. So I tell people, stay open and flexible. Try these 4 different things. I have this posted on my Facebook page, of course. You can see it in person, or on my website, of course, thesuperorganizeruniverse.com. Plug there. And you can see this again. But again, it's the identifying steps to be accomplished, determining the resources and materials needed, which means what will you need and where you need to get it, agreeing on responsibilities, and stay open and flexible to any problems that come up. Are you a person who handles problems well when they come up? Are you you fight against it, or?
No, I am surprisingly super calm when problems come up. I think it's because I have genetic low blood pressure. My mother had it. My grandpa had it. I mean, it's part of being Native American, I guess. Yes, yeah. It's really funny. When crap hits the fan, we're super calm. But once that storm is done, that's when you go and cry or throw stuff or break things. Once the crisis is over.
So you go into just fix it mode, basically. You stay calm, that's a good thing to do. Just stay calm, because actually, when a problem happens, you can't really do much about it unless you're trying to fix it. You can't really go crazy. Yeah. You can, but it really
doesn't help.
Doesn't help yeah. So that's a good thing for everybody to remember, that when something comes up, even though you're going through a process of helping yourself and you're making decisions, sometimes things come up and it's just things that come up. And you just got to deal with them. So I kind of like that. My next thing I want to talk about, this is random today. I titled it, When You Go Shopping for Only Q-Tips. Okay, kids, here's the deal. I need to read. I have these notes. I need to read my notes because this always makes me laugh. 'Cause I always made a joke that I go into Target and go, I just came for Q-tips and my bill's $101. How many folks out there have done that?
Every time I go to Target, because I hate shopping so much, I'm like, oh wait, I need to buy dog food for a month, or I need to do this. And that's why I just got a text message that my Amazon Prime Now order is there. I don't know if you guys have downloaded that app yet, but you can get stuff from Amazon in under 2 hours now. So you no longer have to go to the store for just Q-tips.
No, I know about the 2 hours. I knew about the same day. I got things like later that day, but I knew, that's great. Why you tell me that?
Download that new app.
I know. I'm like, don't tell me that. We don't advocate buying lots of stuff, of course. This is an organizing show. But if you do have it under control, want to buy a few things, something and you need it now, that's a great idea, actually. I'll like to take notes on that later. But yeah, no, I've gone places where and that's where a lot of people who have hoarding issues or they're pack rats or stuff, because they go to the store and they go, okay, I'm going for these 2 or 3 things, or they go in without a list or anything, and they go in and you walk down every single aisle. I have people who go down every single aisle and you're just like, oh, I could use that. Oh, that looks cool. That's on sale. Like, you just kind of, you're like, all of a sudden you're spending, more money than you probably should have.
That's crazy.
Isn't that funny? And I've done it. I admit it. I have done it. I've gotten a lot better over the years because I am a professional organizer. And, money is tight, so you got to be careful. But I have gone in there going for 1 or 2. I try to make a list when I go. And I make that and this is my mantra to all of you out there. When you go shopping for specific things, make that list and stick to it. Say that 10 times over and over again. Stick to it, stick to it, stick to it. Because you literally will buy stuff that, just only need. Just kind of buy it.
Yeah,
it's
not
there.
just the Mentos at the calendar.
I know. Oh, see, they have, now, if you guys don't know this already, I know you know this. I know everybody knows this. Everything at the checkout counters is designed for you to grab them on the way out.
Yep, magazines, candy, drinks. Because we're all like, oh, I need that right now.
And they're also getting creative. They're also putting things like batteries and
gift cards,
lint brushes. Yeah. Like, my dog everywhere. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need a lip. You don't need a lip. Just use some tape like we do at home and tape and take it off yourself.
Or just give up like I did. It's
like hair everywhere.
Whatever.
Like hair everywhere. It's like, no, so it's kind of crazy. So, the thing is, when you go to the store, just try to get what you really need at that time. And I think it's okay sometimes if you have forgotten something and you do need it. And you go to the store, you're reminded. You're like, oh my God, I did need those Glade plugins. I needed them. And I forgot to write it down. I think that's fine because you're about to use it when you get back home.
Yeah, you had every intention of buying it. You just didn't put it on the list.
Right.
But yeah,
right. And you forget. I get older, you forget, or you do a lot of things like we do. We're doing 8 million things. You just kind of forget. But I always say, when you go shopping for specific things, try to stay on the list. I challenge all of you starting today. Stay on the list.
Stay on the list.
I guess also, hashtag stay on the list. I think also, you bring a good point, shopping-wise, too. If you're going to buy something online, you should buy only what you really, want or need. Don't add extra things to the cart, I guess.
Just to make the minimum?
They always suggest things, too. Yeah. James, I thought you would like this. I'm like, oh, my God, I didn't know they had season 10 of Dallas. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm. I know, Amazon is evil. It's like, I see that you like this movie, and what about this one? It's like,
I know. No, it's just crazy. So next thing, I found some things online that were really funny, making fun of organization. I like some of these sayings, and they're kind of funny. And I always talk about how I try to make organization it's serious. To organize, it's work. To be organized, it's work. To have time management, proper time management, it is work. But we're human. We're not perfect. There's no such thing as perfection, and you have to have a sense of humor, and to get yourself through it. So these are some phrases that I actually liked. A. Milne, of course, who we know is from Winnie the Pooh and all that. He had a saying. One of the advantages. I'm having a problem talking today. One of the advantages of being disorderly is that one is constantly making new discoveries, and it's kind of funny. It's like saying you can't find anything. You're always finding things always new. Mm-hmm. Like, oh my God, I found that. I didn't know that was there. But obviously it wasn't lost. It was just in your home. I like that. Another one is, I am unreliable, disorganized, inefficient, unmotivated, but really fun. Kind of cute. My house isn't messy. Those are just obstacles I put in place for any burglars to try to break in. Which I know some of these houses that I work on, I'm like, yeah, as soon as they came in, they probably like, never mind. Bye. Never mind. Have you ever been? That's good. I don't think I asked you this last time. Have you ever been to someone's house where you were like, "Oh my god"? And I don't mean like messy or dirty, but like just cluttered.
I'm trying to
name names. Just kidding. No.
Yeah, I'm like, I guess it's usually a lot of like my relatives that lived out in the boondocks of Texas. Like their houses were always full of crap. But I was trying to think of anybody in the city when I lived there. No, most of the time city people are more organized. Like they might have a little bit of clutter, but yeah, country. It's fun to go into those trailers where like you literally have to like push stuff out of the way to get in.
That's crazy. Now speaking of that's a good point. So now speaking of that, and your apartment, you were talking about before we came on. You have a small apartment. So are you just always kind of cognizant of how much you can bring in your house, and does that help you limit what you bring in the house?
Well, I wish that it could, but as my job is a lot of times getting stuff that, and they're constantly shipping me things that I have to store, and I don't have space for it. I mean, and I have a little studio in my apartment that is like, I'm constantly having to move the light, and stuff out of the way, because, I mean, it's 450 square feet. Like, those little IKEA catalogs, like, or when you walk in the store, those little spaces, people really do live in those.
I can attest to that, because I, over the years, have lived in some loosely called apartments. I'm like, that's an apartment. I lived in a place that I think I may have said this before on air. I can't remember. I lived in a place that was called an efficiency.
Yeah, that's what mine is.
Okay, well, do you have a kitchen?
Yeah, it's like, like a hotel-like kitchen, though. Just like a little sliver. And then a tiny stove, a tiny fridge.
Okay.
I at least don't have a stove inkerator. I got a sink and a stove separate.
Well, see, my apartment didn't even have a stove.
Oh, wow.
I had to use my hot plate. I don't know if they make those anymore. Hot plate and microwave. And they had a sink. And I always call them the dorm room size refrigerators.
Oh, God.
Because I was so poor at the time. It was the most fun apartment I lived in. But it was so teensy tiny. I'm like, this is highway robbery. I should be paying $2 for this a month. Like, I wasn't paying $2. In San Francisco, I wasn't paying $2
that's what I was going to say. Is that San Francisco?
Yeah, I was not paying $2 a month. You can imagine there. So, yes, I have. Yeah, I know how it feels like. So, I'm in that. Ruth Wilson says, cleaning isn't at all that interesting to me. Like that one. Kurt Vonnegut had something to say about this. Why not? Why not Kurt Vonnegut? Why not? I don't know about you, but I practice a disorganized religion. I belong to an unholy disorder. We call ourselves Our Lady of Perpetual Astonishment. It's like something he would say. It's like something he totally would say. Like, what do you say about that one? Another person said, I had to clean my house for 2 hours just to tell guests sorry for the mess. I've been in a few of those houses. They're like, oh my God. You're like, yeah. So there's some little funny things people saying that they kind of, or you should see my other house. It's clean. I've seen that kind of saying. That the whole take off the car stuff. So it's kind of funny. You got to make fun of it. You got to laugh a little bit because we're all in this together and we all have things going on and it's going to be, it's going to be fine. So when we come back with Lacretia, I have a title of one called TV Trays Are Not Your Friends. Oh. It's a Super Organized Universe Radio, and we'll see you in a few moments.
Hey, neighbor, get some sod put in?
Yeah, it's Marathon.
Yeah, that's what I got. But yours looks so much greener and thicker than mine. What's going on? I'm going to call the growers.
Southland Sod Farms, may I help you?
My Marathon sod doesn't look as good as my neighbor's.
Are you sure yours is Marathon?
That's what I asked for.
Let me do a computer search. We don't have a record of your delivery. You didn't get genuine Marathon sod.
What do you mean?
Sometimes unscrupulous contractors, retailers, and other sod farms lead you to think they're selling Marathon, but then substitute a lesser brand.
That really teased me off. How could I have known I got a cheap imitation?
Look for the bold, genuine Marathon label on the sod pallets when they're delivered.
Don't get cheated. Look for the genuine Marathon sod logo displayed by nurseries and landscape contractors at the Yellow Pages. Or call 1-800-4MARATHON for a free do-it-yourself video and authorized dealer list. That's 1-800-4, then Marathon. Or visit the website at www.sod.com.
Baby, you can drive my car.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Edward James Olmos. I'm here to talk to you about RAD, Recording Artists, Actors, and Athletes Against Drunk Driving. Think about it. You have choices that you can make in your life. Good choices and bad ones. Drinking and driving, bad choice. Why? The life you may take may even be your own. Think about it. Drinking and driving doesn't mix. Get a designated driver.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
So, I'm a dog, and I just got adopted by this new human guy, and I'm starting to wonder how he got along without me. I mean, okay, something as simple as walking around the block. He's got this leash thing, and he puts me on one end and him on the other, and I'm just taking him around. I think he's afraid of getting lost. Without that leash and me guiding him along, I don't think he'd find his way back home. But it's kind of cute.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Los Pollos, home of flavored down-to-the-bone chicken. As we say in Spanish, el sabor hasta el último huesito. At Los Pollos, we serve delicious Cuban/Mexican marinated chicken. We are cooking our chickens in rotisserie ovens to give you a well-seasoned, well-marinated, well-cooked, delicious chicken. We have 3 locations to serve you. In the city of Bell, we are located in 6201 Atlantic Avenue on the corner of Randolph and Atlantic. In the city of East LA, we are located on 5161 Pomona Boulevard on the corner of Atlantic and Pomona Boulevard. And in the city of Downey, we are located on 7940 East Florence Avenue on the corner of Paramount and Florence. Come to Los Pollos and experience the most delicious chicken that you'll ever have the pleasure of eating.
Welcome back to Super Organizer Universe Radio. I am James Lott Jr., the Super Organizer. Yes, the Super Organizer. We're here with special guest, Lacretia Lyon.
Hello.
Hi. And this is the Random Show. And if you've been listening for the last half hour, we have talked about all kinds of stuff. This is kind of fun. I'll be doing this every once in a while. Yes?
You know, we have the same last name. I think you just spelled it
differently. Oh, okay, you do?
Yeah, like it's... Lyon or Lyon is appropriate because it's Lyon, just like the city in France. And most of my family uses Lyon because we're from East Texas. But I actually was using Lyon, but now Empire. I may just have to go back to Lyon.
That's right, they're Lyon. That's right, Cookie, my girl. Yep. And you're Lyon.
I'm Lyon, yeah. I'm Leon.
Oh, okay,
But I get the Leon all the time.
Yeah.
If I'm at the hospital or at the court system, it's always Brian Leon, never Leon.
Well, you know you share the same last name as Madonna's daughter, Lourdes. She's really? Lourdes Leon.
She's Leon? Mm-hmm. You know, here's another funny story. I know we're doing a random show.
Oh, this is a random show. We can do this random show. This is my show. Do whatever you want.
I had a person with the last name in one of my classrooms in high school, and we got along because we had the same last name. And you know, we're kicking it and stuff one day at my house because we became really fast friends. Turns out he was my cousin.
Wow.
A cousin that my parents didn't want me to meet because they hated their parents.
Oh,
you met anyway. You met anyway.
And we ended up, I don't know what happened with the parents, but he's a nice guy. He moved up to San Francisco.
Okay.
He's living his life, and I adore and care for him.
That's so funny. You got a cousin. That's so great. Because you just think because they have the same last name doesn't necessarily mean you're related. Obviously, I mean,
guys are stupid. We can make friends if we're wearing the same striped sweater.
That is true. We are.
See, that's why I like guys, because like they make friends so easily just over random things. Girls, like, you know, in order to be friends with a girl, she has to hate you first. Like,
yes,
that's just how it is.
That's so true. Girls are hard on each other. They are. Guys, we're like, yeah, okay, fine. It's same hair. Well, for me, it's same hairstyle.
Oh, black shirt.
Yeah.
Right. When I was growing up, it was hairstyle. Really? You got a Jerry curl. You got okay. We're in. We got it. You got a fro. You got a fro. We're friends. It works. It's like so simple. Women are hard. So, as we were saying, TV trays are not your friends.
This is upsetting news to me.
I know. Lucretia's like ready to throw a TV tray at me. It's funny. TV trays, of course, when I was growing up, were an easy tool for kids to eat and watch TV, obviously. And we used to have our Swanson frozen dinners, or Hungry Man, one of those. And that's what you ate in front of TV, and you watched TV. So, the point is, nowadays, there's tables, there's chairs. No one's really eating TV dinners anymore. I mean, maybe they are, but I don't really know anybody doing that anymore. And now we watch TV a whole different way now with Hulu and Netflix and computers and laptops and phones. So, but a lot of times TV trays are still in your house. Ask yourself, do you have TV trays in your house? Do you have one TV tray in your house? Several? Then ask yourself, is it full of stuff on top of it? Lacretia?
Actually, it is
Ryan
not.
said yes. Yours
yeah,
then?
mine. I have a tiny little IKEA apartment, as I said, so my TV tray has to fold up in that little kitchenette, and then you can only take it out when you need it.
Oh, you're smart.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, she's good. She is good. So then she got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my little story. So when I first came back to L.A., now it's 6.5 years ago, I didn't have a desk. So I had to put a table up with my laptop on it, but I didn't have enough room to write. So I needed a place to put like my other papers and stuff to write. Plus I'm left-handed, so I needed a certain way to do it. Mm-hmm. So I got another TV tray. So I had 2, and then I said, okay, well I need like 3 because I have a wide wingspan, or so I don't know what I told myself. So I had like 3. Well, a year later or so, I noticed that my trays were overflowing with stuff. All the papers, my little basket of stuff. Meanwhile, I'm setting up my business, and I'm busy and whatever, but I hadn't really fully set up my cabinet systems or anything like that. But I found that they were magnets for everything. Like, there were things from my job on them, things from some acting gig I did. Back then I was doing some background acting. Some acting gig I did, keys, leftover soda bottles, whatever. It's like just all of a sudden, it's just like I couldn't see TV trays anymore, and that's why I decided TV trays are not your friends. Because for some of us, we use them as extensions of tabletops, and you can move the TV tray around the house too. You can move it around somewhere, whether it's full or not. So it's not. So I'm telling everybody out there, TV trays, small tables, dining room tables, counters, they're open to clutter.
My coffee table, that's
okay.
Or my desk. Like, I know that it just piles up. It's like, I can just set stuff here that I'm supposed to do.
Right.
And
well,
then,
your desk, so your coffee table, though.
Yeah.
So just kind of magazines, papers?
No, pretty much it is like anything. Like, I know what's on it right now is a big bag full of stuff from E3 and a big bag full of stuff from Comic-Con.
Hey.
Like, and it's September, guys. Those happen in June and July, and I still haven't gone through them to see what needs to go on eBay.
Do you get some good stuff from E3 and Comic-Con?
Yes, I do.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Especially Nintendo.
Oh, really?
Because, I was working for them, so
right.
I got Nintendo and Xbox stuff. If anybody needs to buy anything,
follow her on Lacretia Lyon on Twitter. No, yeah. So that's kind of they seem like good ideas to put stuff on, but they're kind of dangerous spaces, so to speak. I always call them, and just they're everywhere. It's just crazy. So being movable pieces of furniture, you think kind of helps, but it doesn't, because then you can hide it somewhere in the corner, and they can fill up even more. So I'm just telling you all out there. Watch out for all your tabletops and all your stuff. And if you have TV trays, use them like Lacretia uses them. Use them to eat on or to write on for a minute and put it away somewhere.
Yeah, that's just because I can't fit a normal size table.
Yeah, there you go.
So
it happens. Urban living.
Yeah.
But those of you out there who have big houses and actually have TV trays and tables, look out. Just think about it. Just when you look around your house, think about the TV tray thing. Just look about it. So something I want to tell you, that's a clutter zone. It's a hot spot. My next thing, and we're going really random, but these are actually some popular blog posts that I wrote that people really responded to. And this one's titled, "What do tuna sandwiches, potato salad, and DVDs have in common?"
Mayo?
Yes, they do! Yeah. Mayonnaise!
Or Smashing Pumpkins song, too.
Yeah, exactly. You're saying it too. Yes?
That's another breakup song. Oh God.
Yes,
That's an off-air conversation we're having.
Yes, I know.
90s angst music.
Yes, I know. I was listening to Spice Girls. Sorry.
I love the Spice Girls. That was my first concert, and my brother's too. But he'll always lie and say it wasn't.
Well, you listen to all that sad stuff. I was spicing up my life. Sorry.
Wait, what was the punchline to your joke?
Oh, okay. So, well, actually, it's mayonnaise. So that's. Oh, that was a long drum roll.
I'm sorry, I meant to play a comedic drum roll. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Something goes. I was waiting for that part. So I have another one coming up in a few minutes, so you can do that.
Wait, let me just find it.
That's right.
Hang on.
We're just having fun.
There we go. Yeah. There we go. Like that's where it is.
We're a professional studio.
Yes, we are, kids. We are. This is live. I almost said live television. This is live radio, kids. Live radio. Hey, so mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. Actually, I was looking up uses for. I like to repurpose stuff, and I like to do that in my organizing too. Like taking something that was used for one thing, might be able to turn into something else. Have you ever repurposed anything in your life? Like repurposed books or bags or boxes or anything?
Yeah, actually, I grew up with a very crafty family, so we just, have always learned to, like, build our own stuff, work with things. I mean, so, I make a lot of, like, vases, turn something plain into, to match my apartment. You fill it with rocks or buy flowers or whatever. Or, I had this really cool picture on Instagram of the Santa Monica Pier. I printed it out, put it in a shadow box with a full sand dollar I found from there. So, it's a super cheap thing that, you just repurpose stuff. Like, oh, I found this, but I want to make it, fit into my home.
I like that idea because, you go like to places like Cost Plus and TJ Maxx where they want to sell you something like that for $20.
Yeah.
And you're like, I could go out there and do it like myself for under $5.
Oh,
Thank God for Michaels.
I know. It's like, buy one, get one free on those shadow boxes sometimes.
Right.
Or
I know.
off. Yeah.
I love me some Michaels. Sorry. And there's no place I can go in there and spend $100 easily. I love Michaels. But anyway, so yes, we like to repurpose. I think repurposing is really good also for the environment, saving, and also it's just a good thing to do. And the one thing about mayonnaise, they say it removes water stains. So if you have watermarks like on your dining room table or other wood furniture, put mayo on the water stain and wipe with a rag. Say it works. Also, it says it's good on scratches for CDs and DVDs. Now, not anybody out there has been doing CDs anymore, but DVD-wise, that's still big sellers. Like with kids, if you have kids you'll play with them like discs and everything, run around. They say rub mayo on a scratch, let it sit for 5 minutes. And then wipe off going from the center of the DVD or CD to the outside rim. So start from in, go out. I haven't tried it yet. I have some special low-calorie olive oil mayonnaise. I wonder if that'll work. I mean, it's good, tasty. So water stain removal, mark removal, and scratches on CDs and DVDs. Does anybody try that? Interesting. The next one is some tips that I found that I feel that work in organizing or cleaning, and they're kind of fun. One of them is, I always say, I said this before, dusting and vacuuming a room can refreshen a room. My grandma Mitch used to always say that. She goes, vacuum the floor. Even if you don't really clean anything else, vacuum the floor. It gives a little bit of illusion that it's a clean room.
That's like my least favorite thing to do. I know. Like, I will do laundry and other stuff before I vacuum or mop. I don't know why. I hate that
mopping.
task.
Oh, I hate mopping. I like vacuuming. I hate mopping. Yeah. I actually don't mind dusting. I don't mind that so much. I mean, there are other things I like doing, but mopping, I hate ironing. That's another story, but I
don't
hate
even
mopping.
own an iron.
You know? Yeah, you
just by James Purse. They just come pressed, so.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, no, but but vacuuming is fine. I can do vacuuming because I do feel better when I vacuum. So it's a little tip for you guys out there if you're just like, I just kind of want to freshen a room. Also, rubbing alcohol. Now, once you guys have it in your house, you're like, I don't really use it for anything. I mean, it just kind of sits there for years. Just like hydrogen peroxide. You only use that kind of stuff when you hurt yourself, and you can use it to shine faucets. And actually, I did try this one, and it worked. If you don't have any Windex, you got or whatever, that'll do it.
Work on faucets and, I guess any other, like, brush metal.
Yeah. I was like, that probably worked for me. The way to store loose tools, I did this for a client not too long ago, like in a garage or like an area of like a mud room or a pantry room, or even a kitchen. Get a pegboard and some hooks. I've done that for a couple of clients. It was really simple. And you can hang things. Make sure, obviously, you hang that really nicely. It sticks up to here. Make sure the hooks are strong. But you can actually hang things up there. It actually looks really cute and neat, and it's useful at the same time, and it's inexpensive.
Yeah, hooks are actually one of the best things I use. Like, in my tiny little closets, you can hang your mop on a hook, and you can hang everything, and then you're not taking up as much space.
Right, and it's also nowadays, I'm doing a product endorsement. Maybe they'll sponsor me one day. Command comes out with a great bunch of products where, because a lot of people who live in apartments can't mess up their walls. They have the kind where you stick it to the wall and you pull out and it still sticks, but you can take it off after it's been up there for a while. So it's a really safe wall-safe hooks out there. And they have like so many different size, big ones and small ones and extra large ones, and they're not that expensive. It depends on where you go, but I'm really a big fan of the Command hooks.
Yeah, those are actually really great, but I don't mind, all you gotta do is put some spackling over it before you move out. Make as many holes as you want.
Well, you gotta live, right?
Yeah.
You gotta live. Well, just in case you don't want to do that, these hooks are great too. I love them. This is one I have not tried yet, because it sounds kind of disgusting, but kind of delicious. I don't know. To get socks white again, and you don't have bleach, you don't want to really use bleach, they say boil them in water and lemon slices. It makes sense in the way, like the lemon, I guess, would cut it, I guess. Because sometimes, white socks get dingy. They get dingy.
That's why I buy black. No one ever knows. They're not clean.
I don't love black. I like black socks. I love black socks. But I do have some white socks. But during the summertime, I want to feel lighter. That works. Also, one thing that I talked about before a couple weeks ago for kids, because clothes are another thing. Books, shoes, papers, clutter, everything. Clothes are another thing. And even if you have adults, you have roommates, put a clothes hamper or a box or a basket or something in their room, and tell them just to dump it all in there. Just get home, just throw it in there, and that's where they put the dirty clothes. So they're not on the floor, they're not on the couch. Yes.
Yeah, I love using the hamper, but I usually leave clothes around that I might wear again before they're officially dirty. So that's usually what I do. It's should we have a bin that is the I might wear it again, or it needs to be washed? You should have two bins.
Actually, I like that. Yeah. Okay, to me, I'm all about uniqueness and whatever works for you. And if that's something, because it's a nice jean. If you don't feel like hanging it back up, that's a good tip. From Lacretia Lyon, she gave you a tip. So if you have clothes like socks, shorts, pants, some T-shirts that you're not ready to kind of put to pasture just yet to get washed, put them do two bins. The to wear list, to wear again bin, and the dirty bin. I like that. I like this song. So anyway, we got a tip, so that's great. When we come back, we're going to, what's the teaser next time? Oh, some more household facts when we come back on Super Organized Universe Radio. Hey, I'm James Lott Jr., the Super Organizer. I host Super Organizer Universe Radio every Friday from 10 to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Join me each week as I give you tips on how to organize your life, home life, work life, family. All needs organization, and I'm here to help. Every Friday from 10 to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here on Adrenaline Radio, Super Organizer Universe Radio. Organizing shouldn't be sour. It should be sweet.
You might know me, I'm 50 Cent. You may follow my tweets, my Facebook friends. Odds are fewer than 6 degrees separate us. We're that close. What's crazy is 1 in 6 don't know where their next meal is coming from. These are your co-workers, your neighbors, your friends. Hunger's too close for us to ignore. So visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank to see how you can make a difference. From one close friend to another, let's do this. I'm 50 Cent, and together we are Feeding America.
A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
It was a clear black night.
What's up? This Warren G, you know what I'm saying? I'm here giving it up for RAD because they do a lot of good things for people. Before you drink, make sure that you got somebody that can drive your butt home so you won't crash or get pulled over and get a DUI. So go ahead and follow the rules and everything will be cool. And don't be no fools. Peace, baby. Warren G.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Do you love leather? Do you own a piece of fine leather furniture? Do you love the way it feels when you sit in it? Do you want to keep it that way? Because my name is Chris Lawler, and I own Leather Care Services. I'm in the business of restoring and maintaining leather furniture so that you love it as much in 10 years as you did the day that you bought it. Call me at area code 562-693-7676. Remember, Leather Care Services, saving cows one hide at a time.
While cutting molding with a 12-inch dual compound miter saw, while holding a newborn baby in your arms, when face-to-face with a congregation of alligators, with the ball in your hands and the entire freaking season on the line.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting, so why would you do it while driving? NASCAR driver Casey Kane here, asking you to please stop the text, and together we can stop the wrecks.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Get the message at stoptextstopwrecks.org.
That was audio of Brian's actual car crash.
My car was totaled.
You should have gone to Victory Auto Body and Paint, Brian. These guys are fantastic. They work with all the major insurance carriers for the best possible prices. I've personally used them several times, and they do excellent work. Check them out on the web at victoryautobody.com. That's victoryautobody.com. Give my friend Armani a call at 818-842-7789, 818-842-7789, victoryautobody.com.
Close your eyes in Chicago, and you can hear the sound of zebra braying in Africa. Look hard out your window in D.C., and you can see the snow-covered peaks of the Andes. Stand on a corner in L.A. and feel the hot wind of the Sahara brush across your face. The world is that small. We are that connected. Please visit earthshare.org and learn how the world's leading environmental groups are working together, making it so simple for you to make a difference. Because we are many, and we are one. Please visit us at earthshare.org to learn more. Earthshare. One environment. One simple way to care for it all. A public service message from Earthshare and the Ad Council.
Super Organizer Universe Radio, and I am James Lott Jr., the Super Organizer, and that's my song I love so much. We're here with Lacretia Lyon.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
And Brian Lyon. We got some names in here, that's right. And yes, Lucretia's last name is spelled like the folks on Empire. That's right.
Oh, Boo Kitty.
That's right. Love me some Cookie. That's my girl, my spirit animal. Okay, so.
That's Freddie Mercury.
And they just read Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Another good choice. Another good choice. We love some Freddie Mercury. May he rest in peace. So as we get into our last segment of the show, I'm still doing the randomness of today, and I actually really enjoyed this. Thanks for coming along with us on this random ride.
Thanks for having me.
I'm doing this again every once in a while, just to kind of break up the monotony and do something a little different, every once in a while, because life can be random, sometimes, in a good way. In a great way. So these are some other household tips that I learned that I think are great. One, because I love sharing information, Vaseline takes out lipstick stains on shirts. And so there's a cheating joke in there somewhere, I'm sure. I don't have one on the top of my head. But yeah, Vaseline does work. Kind of crazy. When you buy bananas, separate them. They ripen faster.
Oh.
I did try that one. That worked. When you buy a bag of lumpy sugar, stick it in the fridge for 24 hours, and it won't be lumpy anymore.
All right, and I do have a retort. I figured out a dirty joke for the
Okay.
Vaseline one. I was like, if I'm a comedian, I better come up with one.
Make sure it's PG-13.
Okay, I'm going to do the best I can here. So Vaseline gets out lipstick. So what you use to get it in gets it out.
Thank you. We got it. Okay, that's pretty good. We're all adults here. We know what that means.
Yes.
Very good. I like that. To keep that 10-pound bag of potatoes from budding and growing eyes, I put that in quotes, stick an apple in the bag. I never knew that. I wonder what the apple does. I wonder what that does. Kind of weird. Now, this is something that I've actually tried before also. Because we talked about in the last segment about hampers and bins and stuff, sometimes dirty clothes can get smelly. So I have done this where at the bottom of it or inside, I've thrown some dryer sheets in. Just kind of keep the smell kind of halfway decent. Also, there's also room fragrance things, so you can always do that too. But throwing them in, they'll last a little longer. You already have them in your house probably already. Just throw them in there. And if the hamper doesn't have a lid, it's not enclosed. So that's something actually I have done before that I think has worked. Okay, need to hang a picture or a certificate. So you're in a house, you framed your certificates because they were laying around on that TV tray. They were laying around on a TV tray. Bring it all back, Lacretia. Bring it all back. So you framed them. Now you want to hang them. So you don't have any hooks. But you drink soda in the can. That little tabby thing from the soda can, when you open it up, that breaks, you can break it off. You can actually use that and put a little nail in it. You got it.
Yeah, I've actually done that before. It does work pretty well.
Okay.
Oh.
I've never done it, but it made sense to me when I read that.
Yeah.
And that's something, again, repurposing again. And you take your cans and you recycle them. Right. We do. Toothpaste. This is one that's very interesting that actually my grandma showed me this years ago. Toothpaste is good for a lot of stuff. Toothpaste is good to make your hands smell back to normal. Do you know that? You have a hands a little smell, like you've been handling onions or fish, or garlic. Because they leave a strong odor in your hands. Wash them with toothpaste.
Huh.
I know. I say it's very interesting. I haven't tried it yet.
I've never done that either.
Yeah. This is the one I knew about already. You may know this already. Toothpaste is a good jewelry cleaner for some jewelry. You take a little brush and you do on stuff, and it's usually good for, it's like a little tiny bit, and it's good for like metal stuff, and it just kind of works. And I've used that before as growing up. They say that toothpaste works for zits. I've heard that before.
Well, I need to try that.
A little dab here and there, I guess. You know what's really funny, and because this is a random show, because I'm of a darker skin hue, I have to worry about zits growing up. I have relatives and siblings that are lighter skinned than I am that did. I got my first zits in my 30s.
Wow, and I thought I was like late getting them in my 20s.
Oh, yeah.
Like I got a few when I was a teenager, but like now I've got like full blown acne sometimes, and you're like, why?
Why? What's going on? I think it has to do with the way I was eating, the weather, whatever, just the hormones. I don't know what was going on. Maybe I was going through the change. I don't know. I was having hot flashes too at the same time. It was crazy. But I noticed I got zits later in life because I was like, you have it. I don't have it at all because I have brown skin. It's great. No, brown people can get zits too. Dang it. But they say that you put little dabs on, it kind of works too. Because the paste will dry out, and apparently it dries out the blemishes.
That makes sense.
They say that toothpaste works on toenails and fingernails. It helps make them strong and shiny.
Huh. If I ever quit biting mine, I guess if I put the toothpaste on there, I won't bite my fingernails.
Oh my God! No, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Put the toothpaste on there. You're brushing your teeth at the same time as you're biting your nails. 2 in 1.
Good plan.
I'm always about finding the silver lining in everything. Just kidding. It also says that it works as a mild abrasive and defogging goggles. I'm saying goggles. I just say rub it on the outside or over a helmet, like a motorcycle helmet. I'm talking away from this thing. Motorcycle helmet, you say put it on there, and it kind of helps defog them.
Oh, and I guess.
But my next question is, when are you carrying toothpaste when you're driving a motorcycle? Or skiing down a slope? Here's a little piece of travel toothpaste. Little small ones. At Target. See, bring it all together. Bring it all together. But you're just buying that and Q-tips, and that's it. No TV trays for you. Not at all. And salt. Salt is good for you, too. They say that salt actually helps remove stains on the bottom of coffee cups. You get a little ring in the bottom of coffee cups you drink a lot of coffee. Which has been actually, a little side note, everybody. Last week, it's been 1 year since I've had coffee.
That is just crazy town.
It is.
And they put Dunkin' Donuts in Southern California in that time.
And
they have the best coffee.
I love their coffee. Yeah. And it's like, and I gave it up. And I'll tell you something. It was a rough year. Very rough, but I feel good.
Well, that's good.
So good. I like their coffee. They made their donuts. I just said coffee. This is a Floridian slip. I like their donuts. So that is our random useful facts that I've given you the last couple of segments of things you can try. And there's more. And actually go to my website, thesuperorganizeduniverse.com, and you can see all my different useful tips and random tips. And many of my blogs are titled Random Useful Tips, so they're really easy to find. Just put those words in. Because, again, we're trying to save money. We're trying to repurpose what's in the house already. We're not trying to bring any more clutter into the house. So you have things around it. Oh, no, it's my other song. They have stuff that's like sitting there that can be used for multiple purposes. I just love that. So, Lacretia, where can they find you? Where can fine folks find you?
Well, basically, if you can spell my name right, that is Lacretia, Lyon. You would find that name, and it's just me because I'm the only one with it, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. I will be at Flappers in Burbank this Saturday at 7 p.m. and on October 1st at 7 p.m. as well. Again, tickets start at just $5, so I'd like to see you come out.
All right, thanks for coming on again.
Thank you for having me.
Now, where you can find me, of course, on all the interwebs, you can find me on Twitter at BlackHopeLA, BLAKHOPLA, or the Super O, which is nothing dirty. It sounds that way. You can find me on Facebook at James Lott Jr., and there's a Super Organizer page. It's also /Super Organizer. And you can find me on my YouTube channel, The Super Organizer James Lott Jr., my blog, thesuperorganizeruniverse.com, the granddaddy of them all, my website, thesuperorganizer.com. This Sunday, me and Lacretia are starting GH Report at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on AfterBuzz TV. One link for a second. Thank you so much. I will talk to you guys next week.